No, okay, forget that. Over the past 20 years, Ray has traveled extensively throughout the Southwest, speaking on humorous side of the Dallas Cowboys, telling yarns about everybody from Don Meredith. That's the guy in the pantyhose. No.
Joe Namath.
God knows his team.
But I remember the pantyhose. And Roger Staubach to Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith. Ray is also a passionate advocate of the community involvement and shopping at home, and he travels all over talking about that. He feels everybody must be sold on your community where you live and support the local businesses to ensure our survival and health and growth and quality of life. Ray is currently working on a book of his best humorous stories spanning the 49-year history of the Dallas Cowboys. Please help me give a warm, burning welcome to Mr. Ray Stone.
Hello, Bernie. Hello. I tell you, if all of Texas got over here and visited this small town, you call it, this would be the fastest growing city in Texas. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Are y'all aware of this? Look at that cap. Huh? I'm going to talk about this. Except for a little longer, that's okay, I'll make it. I'm delighted to be here. I do a cowboy report, and on the top of that list is getting to know Tom Landry. I wish the world had known Tom Landry. I don't know a man in my lifetime that I have met that is a finer human being than Landry was. He was a dandy. I do this cowboy report, I'm in my 35th year, but meeting other people like Roger Staubach, and Bob Lilly, of course, had retired. Can you imagine coming out of tiny Throckmorton, Texas, 1,000 people, going on to TCU? I asked Coach Landry, I said, who is your best football players? What was your best football players? He said, I had two, Bob Lilly and Roger Staubach. But this is America's team, and wherever they go, and here they are, it's been 12 years since they won a game in the NFL playoffs. I think they're a better football team this year than they've been in some time. But it's a great team. Where's my envelope? I need an envelope here. Here it is. I'm sorry. What have I got? 4 hours? Yes, sir. No, I won't take that long. This is a beautiful area of Texas, folks. I guarantee you, if people come over here from Texas, a bunch of them, your town will explode with growth. This is beautiful. Texas, let me talk about Texas first. I want to share some humorous stories. And then I want to talk very seriously about shopping, Bernie. This is a huge item. If you do this and get everybody to rally around the businesses, this town will explode with growth. Shop, Bernie. And I want to spend enough time on that too at the end. We're the fastest growing state in the U.S., Texas is. Did you know that? In the U.S. We're the fastest growing. We have 25 million people here or close to it in Texas now. We're one of the 5 top U.S. states regarding the economy. We're in the top 5, Texas is. How about this? Texas has, believe me when I tell you this, Texas has the most beautiful women.
Yes, sir.
In 1994, folks, Miss Texas won the Miss USA title. A year later, Miss Texas won the USA title. The next year, Miss Texas won. The next year, Miss Texas won. They decided we're not going to invite them anymore. 4 years in a row, Miss Texas was given the U.S. Women's Pageant title. Look around this room, you see beautiful women. Beautiful women in Texas. Texas high school football is second to nobody. It is the very best. Pennsylvania used to have an all-star game, high school. They would invite other states to come in. California, Ohio, Illinois. Not only did Pennsylvania win, they didn't allow a touchdown. So they started saying, we're number one, we're number one, we're number one. Fred Cervelli from Orange, Texas says you haven't played Texas. And they have to go back to about 19 years ago, 20 years ago. You haven't played Texas. He said, you're right, can you put it together? He said, I'll try, I'll let you know in 3 weeks. So we got Bobby Lane, Harley Sill, and Doak Walker to coach the Texas boys. Now keep in mind, Pennsylvania had never lost a game, had never allowed a touchdown. Texas went up there and beat them 28-12. And they were stunned. They couldn't believe it. They invited Texas back a year later with a new group of seniors. And Pennsylvania had a new group of seniors. The final score, Texas 35, Pennsylvania 2. This is true. They invited Texas back again. Would you please come back one more time? He said, we apparently have a problem with our scouting system. Texas went back again, 45-12 in favor of Texas.
Wow.
This is the best high school football, folks, in the country. I want to share some stories. I do have 4 hours, won't I? No, I promise I'm not here for that long. Coach Stockton, Coach Landry, a guy writer from, he asked, he said, who's your best running back? And Landry said, Don Perkins. And the writer from Coach Stockton said, who is it after Perkins? And Landry said, after Perkins, it's chaos. The guy went through the paperwork, he said, you said chaos? And Coach Landry said, yes. He said, what was his first name? Don Meredith, do you know he failed the 7th grade 2 times? 7th grade, Don Meredith failed, that's the only grade he failed. Why he failed that many times, we don't know. The 6th graders moved up, and there was Don Meredith, tall for his age. Folks, they started bringing him apples, they thought he was a teacher. Jennifer, this is Roger's oldest daughter. She was later in her mother's lap, and she said, I'm getting sleepy, and Roger Staubach had been gone for 2 full years overseas. So she said, don't forget to say your prayer. Her mother told her, said, now, okay, but don't forget to say your prayer. She goes in, she kneels by the side of the bed, and her mother goes down the hallway and looks in to the room but doesn't go in there. And this is little Jennifer's prayer. She said, dear God, please send me a little baby brother so that when Daddy comes home, we'll have a big surprise for him. Becky, Bill Bates' daughter, Mother's Day services. She waited till her mom ironed this pleated dress and finally put it on her and said, you stand up and wait, now the rest of us will get ready. They go to the Mother's Day services, and there was a, let me look at my notes here. Because it's a good one, I don't want to mess it up. Mother's Day service is the Methodist Church. What is today? The preacher asked all these little kids first, what is today? And he said, it's Mother's Day. He said, and you know, Jesus loved his mother every day of the year. They all agreed, yes, yes, yes. And little Becky said, yes, that's right. And he said, all of you should love your mother for everything that she does. And he turned to little Becky, who was very loud. He said, sweetheart, I got to tell you, that is a beautiful dress that you have on. And this is recently televised. And little Becky said, you might think it's beautiful, but it's a bitch to iron. Walt Garrison, always good for 2 years, 2 yards. Go back to the Cowboys. Always good for 2 yards. If you need 8, he gets you 2 yards. Someone asked him, does Tom Landry ever smile? Asked the old Cowboy fullback, does Tom Landry ever smile? He said, you know, I really can't answer that because I was with the Cowboys only 9 years. Okay, enough of that. I want to get serious, folks, and I hope I leave a good message with you. It's important. I was in a 6-year study